What's up, gamers, and welcome back for more WotC-20. Today's matchup is Chaos Move Gengar versus Starback Ho-Oh. Starback Ho-Oh is a newer brew seen in shop. It's been theorized a lot, talked about. Uses Starback Starmie from Skyridge, which is a very cool attacker, an energy ramper you can put into any deck that uses DCE as long as you can give it a psychic energy, and of course Colorless Ho-Oh from Neo Revelations, Rainbow Burn Ho-Oh, a very flexible normal type attacker with some interesting weaknesses, so this will be a fun matchup. Gengar obviously going to be playing a more defensive holding style where Ho-Oh is probably going to be having to press aggro to get ahead of prizing, keep those Gengars away, and find a way to somehow deal with Mr. Mime. So we'll keep an eye on that. Right now there is no Ho-Oh, there is just Clefairy in the active against a Ghastly, and it looks like it did put that Ghastly to sleep, and the Ghastly will stay asleep. Usually not a Clefairy that you see often. Usually there's Metronome Clefairy, but this Clefairy is from Expedition. Retreat cost 1, 50 HP, and 2 usable attacks, so that's why we saw Shining Fingers for sleep and a Staryu on the bench. There is a Devolution Beam Mew, I think, on the bench, as well as a Ghastly on the bench. Now, I know this deck runs the Expedition Mew. I'm not sure if it also is running the Neutral Shield Lily Pad Mew promo, but the Mew promo I can see right now is definitely Devolution Beam. Psywave is also a good attack. For 1 energy, it'll deal 10 damage times the number of energy cards attached to the defending Pokemon without flipping. Usually you see an effect or an attack like that for a coin flip, so pretty good first attack. Devolution Beam, also very good though. For 2 Psychic Energy, you choose an evolved Pokemon on either side of the board and remove the highest stage evolution card off of it back into the respective player's hands. That Pokemon is then also cured of statuses. So, yeah, pretty cool attack. We'll see if it matters or comes into play here. Starmie has joined the board now, has a Psychic attached to it, as has Clefable, so double Evos. And gets a knockout on Ghastly. Gotta read up on that attack. It was double slap. I think knockout was called, but I believe that should only be 40. It was, okay, so it looks like that was double heads on double slap, where you can flip 2 coins and it does 20 times the number of heads. So it looks like it high rolled a 40 on that Ghastly, but Ghastly 50 HP and a free retreater. Pretty good. That's a good basic. And it has 2 usable attacks. Go Ghastly. Haunter number 1 comes down onto the bench. And that Haunter already has 2 attaches to it, I think. A little hard to see with the glare. Almost positive it's got 2 Psychic Energy, so we might see a Nightmare. ER hits the Psychic Energy on Starmie, leaving the DCE on Clefable. That's pretty funny. And now we see Professor Elm. So no more trainers for turn. We'll get a fresh 7 into the hand, see what kind of basics that draws out from Gengar's side. Worth noting, this Clefable does not resist Psychic. That was something that was really seen based through Neo Block. A lot of the normal type Mons had a Psychic resistance, but that kind of stopped being a thing in E-Reader. So worth calling out here that Haunter could do damage. Incoming fresh 7. Is there a baby in there? There is a baby in there. There's 2 babies in there. They're twins. Double Cleffa. Ooh, considering whether or not the second one should actually go down though. We'll keep it in hand. Maybe there's a trader for later, but we won't see it right now because of Elm. There is a trader. And a Gust and an Item Finder. So pretty good hand there off of Elm. And puts Clefable to sleep. And it stays asleep, so Nightmare from Haunter, causing nightmares for Clefable, which means it can't use Moonlight. The primary reason is in this deck to fetch all kinds of different basic energy types and attach it to Ho-Oh. Psychic Energy attaches to Starmie for turn. Very small hand for Ho-Oh right now. And it'll pass. Roll for Wake Up. Looks like that's a Tails, I think. So now Gengar getting momentum, really getting set up. Worth noting too, that Starmie is very good at 80 HP for a stage 1. It can deal 40 damage, but it's also psychic weak, so Gengar can deal 40 damage right back, super effective, and one-shot that Starmie. And getting rid of the sleep to put Starmie up doesn't even want to give it the chance to attack. Starback not doing much to power anything up though right now. Starmie came out early, but there's no Ho-Oh. Starback, when it deals 40 damage, then has the effect of attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. And now we see Item Finder for Elm. Discarding Trader and Cleffa. I thought that Trader was going to be used with that Cleffa. Evidently not. Putting Cleffa up active and evolving Gengar. This is all before resolving Item Finder for Elm. Gengar now getting red. If you know, you know. If you don't know, good luck. It is crazy to think about Gengar not being ubiquitous or known in format. Gives me a chuckle. Psychic attach for turn. This is after Elm, so no more trainers. One Gengar already ready to swing. There's Lily Pad Mew. I knew that was in here. So it sounds like there's 3 different types of Mew splashed about. This is going to be a brutal knockout. And Lily Pad Mew comes up. That's hilarious. If you are not familiar with this Mew, it cannot be damaged by evolved Pokemon, so this Clefable matchup, not great for it. The ability is called Neutral Shield on Mew. It prevents all effects of attacks, including damage done to Mew, so it also can't be put to sleep. Of course, that sleep attack was on Clefairy, that would have worked. Forgot that Clefable evolved out of having that attack as an option. Goldberry on Clefable does pass time. Not a lot of options off of the top decking here. We see a Warp Energy onto Mew. Gengar comes up. Hide in Shadows deals 40 to Clefable, popping that Goldberry. And who will come up active? Looks like it'll be Ghastly. There's the Ho-Oh, joins the bench. Gets a lightning attached for turn. Looks like Clefable's just gonna swing on Ghastly. We'll see if Double Slap hits for 40 again, or 0 or 20. Looks like it was for 40 again. Considerable damage on the Ghastly and the Haunter. Both only have 50 HP, so there's the evolution. So now 2 Haunters with 40 on them apiece. Too bad Ho-Oh is a shotgun and it can't do spread damage to bench. Psychic attach for turn onto Cleffa. Worth noting that Ho-Oh can hit Lily Pad Mew. Cleffa comes up. I'd keep swinging with Gengar here, but it will be an Eek instead. Didn't like the hand, wanted to throw it back, freshen up, get some options. Meanwhile, Ho-Oh finds a second Ho-Oh, and Water Energy for turn attaches to the Ho-Oh with the Lightning Energy. 1 card in hand here. Gonna flip for Baby Rule. Will double slap hit for 40 again? We won't find out. It's a tails off the Baby Rule. That would be kind of ridiculous though. Miserably slow start for a deck that I assume is running 3 Cleffa perhaps. Lots of considerations now for Gengar. Looking pretty comfortable though. Usually Gengar is getting aggroed down, sets up a little late, and starts to stabilize once the opponent takes prizes, so Chaos moves are not online here. Sometimes Gengar runs a single Fossil Gengar just in case something like this happens, but usually not. Lots of flexibility in the list. Fossil Gengar having that curse ability means once per turn before your attack, you can move a damage counter from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another, so can't move it off of your side of the board, but can at least move things around on the opponent's side for prizing. I'd start marking damage here. Gengar looking a little surprised to be so set up with the opponent not so set up. Ho-Oh coming online gradually. 1 card in hand though for Ho-Oh, and it happens to be a scoop up. Not that Gengar knows that, but forcing them to continue to top deck good cards to get set up. Press the aggression here. Looks like it will be Hidden Shadows, shortcutting the sequencing, so Cleffa free retreated, Gengar came up, Hidden Shadows, Cleffa came back up as a result of Hidden Shadows. So a little hard for me to see the damage on Clefable here. But it looks like while Clefable is alive, we're going to see a Moonlight. So 1 card, I believe it was a Trader, got put back into the deck. Trader totally useless without another Mon in hand. Means that Ho-Oh is going to search out a Fire Energy, and that will assumedly attach to Ho-Oh. So you can see what's being built up here. Rainbow Burn does 30 damage regularly if it was just powered up with, 2 DCEs or something, but it'll deal 10 more damage for each type of basic energy card. So right now, you see 3 different types of basic energy cards on the board. So that would get Rainbow Burn up to 60. You can see a Grass Energy then getting it up to plus 40 for 70, but then you can keep attaching. You can attach a Psychic, you can attach a Fighting, you can get it up to, above 70. You can go to 80 or 90, so yeah, that's a lot of attaches, but 90 is the right number to hit against Gengar. Heads on the Baby Rule. 1 heads for double slap, and another heads, so Clefable has hit double heads 3 times since watching this match and has led to the first prize of the game. Wait a minute. No, it hasn't. Has it? I don't think it has. I think prizing is 5 to 5. Yeah, prizing looks 5 to 5 here. I can't remember what Gengar's first prize was. I know it was off killing the Starmie, but I don't remember what they drew off the prize pile. Okay, prizing is 5 to 5. We'll keep an eye on that with regards to Chaos Move and when that gets enabled. Clefable is just double slapping everything into submission, really racking up serious damage on these Haunters. Second Gengar comes down, and that is the Fossil Gengar we were talking about, so Curse is enabled. Gengar can move 1 damage counter from one of the opponent's Pokemon to another, even if it would knock it out. Usually more effective if there's a baby over there, just saying. Deciding not to move anything yet, bringing Gengar in instead, free retreating off a Haunter. Looks like 10 damage will get rolled onto the Ho-Oh with energy attached. I believe there will still be enough damage on this Clefable to knock it out. With Hidden Shadows? No? Okay, it is a knockout. And Mime comes up, so as we were talking about earlier, what are you going to do with Mr. Mime in the active? Ho-Oh, as strong as it is, isn't going to be able to damage this thing. Oh man, Trader got drawn again? Well, there's a Psychic Energy, so Ho-Oh's online, it just can't do anything. Not to Mime, at least. And it was a pass. Back to Gengar's side. So with that Recycle Energy on Mime, it has a retreat cost of 1. It can keep retreating as long as you don't mind your attach for turn going back to it, and you can hide in shadows on loop. Attach for turn went to the other Gengar, but here we see it retreating with Recycle. And it will be hide in shadows. We'll see. It looks like Mime will be kept active. That hide and shadow shortcut we were talking about. So now there is what, 10 damage on the Ho-Oh benched and 40 on the Ho-Oh active. This Ho-Oh does have 90 HP. So next turn you can use Curse to move damage from the benched Ho-Oh to the active Ho-Oh, take the knockout there with hide in shadows. Not a bad option. There's a Grass and a Psychic Energy in hand, which is great if there was anything other than Mr. Mime in the field. We might see some scoop up action here, delaying a knockout, keeping the active Ho-Oh healed more or less, heals a lot of damage off the board. Grass Energy attached return to Ho-Oh, so Rainbow Burn dealing 70, but it's a pass instead. It's going to give up a knockout here, or at least there's the option to give up a knockout. Seeing a Trader here from Gengar, putting a Cleffa back in the deck and finding what I assume would be another Gengar for that Haunter. A nice little deck peep occurring. Oh, you can see a Sprout Tower in there. That would suck for Ho-Oh. Yep. Moving that over. I believe I saw a copy. There's a Gus, there's another Gengar, a Mime. There was another very fun card in there being tested out that probably eluded some of you at home. But I'm no narc. Leave a comment if the narrator is in fact a narc. Right, Trader grabs Gengar. We have 3 Gengar on the field. 2 are Chaos Move. 1 is Curse. Curse enabling the knockout here, moving 10 from bench to active and then coming in with Chaos Move. Of course, you need to use Recycle Energy here as your attached return to retreat that Mime to enable this play. Alright, looks like damage is going to move in the other direction, not taking the knockout, reducing damage from the active and putting that onto the bench instead. And then using Hide in Shadows to keep that active Ho-Oh alive. So that active Ho-Oh, let's see. Alright, well, there's the scoop up. I was going to try to do the math to figure out what the die was at. Scoop up, allowing that Cleffa to come in for free, and then benching the Ho-Oh that had no energy on it anyway, so it went to hand for free. Alright, good eke there for Ho-Oh. Going and grab a fresh 7. They were discussing grabbing a Pichu to try to get a snipe knockout on the Haunter, but any attack doing anything to Haunter needs to flip for it. But only for the effects done to Haunter, so if you use self-destruct, you're still going to smack yourself in the face. Warp onto Mime. That's a little more effective than Recycle. Not as reusable as Recycle, but certainly effective. And then spreading damage between Ho-Ohs. Rolling for Baby Flip on Hide in Shadows. And I guess that was a Tails, because nothing is changing for the actives, just drawing 7 for Ho-Oh. So starting to stabilize, that's good. Prizing still 5-5. Can see a Gust in hand, that's definitely good. Grabbing a Comp Search, discarding another Ho-Oh. And a Water Energy. See what gets grabbed here. We know that there's Pichu as an answer to Mime. It's just slow, and with Chaos Move enabled, it's even slower. So definitely need a way to deal with the Gengar's first here. Gust is a great answer. One Gengar stuck inactive from missing on that baby rule is also very helpful. Gengar here regretting not grabbing that Ho-Oh off the board while they still could, scoop up having healed quite a bit of damage off. Now, if you're Ho-Oh, you can come in and hit Gengar for 70 here. That's a big deal, especially when you know you have a Pichu in the deck. That can go and take care of a Mime and a Gengar later on. Pichu also hitting one of the Mews and all of the Gengar's present, so Pichu very, very good in this matchup. Just gotta figure out if it's actually in there. Unless it's prized. Big turn here, we'll see what happens, but there's the Pichu. Do they have a way to go get it though? They do. I mean, this is Comp Search. You can grab one copy of whatever you want. It'll be Fan Club to grab what is assumedly the Pichu and the Staryu. Now, because it's Fan Club, those have to join the bench. If it was just Comp Search for one with that Pichu, you could add it to hand, wait to put it down. It is now vulnerable to Curse. Not Chaos Move though, but Curse over time unless there's a way to give this Pichu an energy attach right now and get it going. Wouldn't have been bad to clutch it in hand and let Ho-Oh come up. Bring in the Ho-Oh. A little bit of chit chat here to figure out what to do. I would save that Gust if you're just gonna Gust in a Gengar later. DCE onto Staryu, gusting up a damaged Gengar. and bringing in the other Ho-Oh with all the energy on it to take a knockout. So it gets a prize now, 1 prize away from enabling Chaos Move. That's scary because the Gengar with Chaos Move on it has all the energy. You took out a Gengar with no energy on it. Gengar comes back up active. That was the one that was just gusted out of the active. Disclaimer that despite what I would do for a play, the pilots know their decks better than I do. Would have delayed the prizing there, tag 70 on the Gengar, then start playing cleanup next turn with Pichu. It gets so much energy off the board. You know that Mime won't be able to heal immediately because Chaos Move still wouldn't be on based on prize counting. It tags the other Mew as well. How much HP does Lily Pad Mew have? 40, so that's double tapped by Pichu. That's huge. Oh, that would have blown things wide open. So two Pichu Zaps would be 2 prizes there just based off the Mime and the Mew. I'll stop replaying that line of play in my head. We'll move forward with the current game state on the table. Debating what to do with a recycle energy. Mime has a warp and a recycle on it now. Curse moving 10 damage to Pichu, and Hide in Shadows smacking Ho-Oh in the active. Now Mime comes back up front. Now obviously, the play I kept talking about earlier, Ho-Oh would have had to retreat, right? So you're taking 2 energy off the board for that line of play. Oh, another Ho-Oh joins the bench. Staryu is all primed to become Starmie and start attacking with Starback. Looks like we see a gust into what I assume was an Oak now that we're drawing. Did gust not happen? Okay, it did happen. Just resolving, shuffling to put up active another Gengar. Unsure what the damage on that Gengar is, if this is a knockout or not, but remember, you're turning on Chaos Move after your next prize. Gotta plan ahead. Even if this is gonna be a knockout with Rainbow Burn, that Pichu, like we were talking earlier, committed to board, is vulnerable, especially against Gengar. And Pichu needs to be protected when it's your best answer to Mime as well as Lily Pad Mew. 2 great walls, both answered by a baby. Kinda funny. Finder taking down a Trader with it, as well as what will be the next discard, a Psychic Energy. What's getting Findered for? I'd keep that for a Gust here, grabbing a Scoop Up. And immediately using it? Oh, that will discard all of the energy attached to that Ho-Oh to bring back Starmie. Now that's okay because Starmie can start to power the Ho-Oh back up. Starback getting a knockout on that other Gengar. But you have to rebuild the Ho-Oh 1 attach at a time per Starback and then also from hand for turn. So it's not instant. I just saw a Juggler drawn off the prizes there. Chaos Move is enabled now. And very little can deal with Mime. The clock is ticking in terms of, Chaos Move is going to put 10 damage onto that Pichu from somewhere. Actually, there is no other damage, so that was at least well planned for. But hiding behind this Mime now becomes too easy. Another Ghastly joins the bench. And another Ghastly. So 2 Ghastlys joining the bench. 2 Gengars in the discard, reestablishing these Ghastlys pretty quickly. Hide in Shadows takes a knockout. 40 damage, super effective. Starring back all of that energy to Ho is going to take a little too long for Gengar to let it happen. Pichu at least protected for now from Chaos Move. Warp onto Pichu. Fan Club bringing out, is there another Pichu? I think there's only one Pichu here, so it grabs a Staryu off the Fan Club. Fan Club for 1. Seeing a lot of that. I heard an apology to the narrator, much appreciated, but I don't know what for. Possibly for being able to see. I didn't see it when he scooped up the bird, that's all I'm aware of here. Alright, Pichu comes in, gives it a zap. That zap dealing a lot of damage to a lot of things. 20 to Mime, 20 to Lily Pad Mew, an additional 20 to Gengar. Haunter comes down, so really rebuilding these Gengars quickly. Well, this is what we were talking about. Chaos Move in Mr. Mime. Hard to beat this board. That 20 on Mime now becomes 10, so now Mime is not easy to knock out through its own invisible wall ability. Pichu taking 10 for free off of that as well. Next turn, Pichu is a goner. It can get 1 more attack off, maybe. But it will not take the Mime out before Gengar takes it out. Hilariously, Lily Pad Mew can come in and take a knockout. That would be uncommon. Of course, you have to hit the baby flip, but Psyshock for 10 on 1 Psychic Attach is not bad. Flips for confusion, too. Psychic to Mew, but not the Mew I was expecting. That would also take the knockout here, though. Both Mew could get the knockout. Gonna come in with Gengar. Pretty safe to dangle it here. No Ho-Oh's gonna come in and hit you for 70. Looks like it was a Tails on the knockout for Pichu, so Pichu can get 1 more swing in. You might as well DCE on the Ho-Oh here. Juggler pretty dead in hand right now, not enough energy. Flipping for damage to Haunter with Zap is ahead, so 20 to everything with abilities there. Obviously Ho-Oh not really running any other than the Clefable line. And I think we're in a state where Ho-Oh's not going to be able to punch through Mime. Gengar's going to stabilize the board, take out this Pichu, and just pull Ho-Oh apart like a rotisserie chicken. Slowly but definitively. And let's be honest, if Ho-Oh was on a rotisserie, it would probably be pretty good. Prizing 4 to 2. Fan club for 1! There's so many fan clubs for 1! Quick little deck peep here. Hilarious that Sprout Tower hasn't popped up yet. Cleffa? No, maybe? Why not? Another mime? It's double mime time. Curious if we'll see that Sprout Tower come down. All damage done by colorless Pokemon is reduced by 30 when it's in play. I think my favorite text on Sprout Tower is after applying weakness and resistance, because nothing is weak or resists colorless. Gotta have it there though. Explicit game rule. One of those sneaky game rules where they have to say it. Alright, Chaos Move taking a knockout off of Pichu. Prizing up mid-turn. Pretty nice. Bats can do that. Gengar can do that. Nothing like a draw one in the middle of your turn. Looks like that was a Finder. Tiny Hands ear all around. Ho-Oh gotta figure out what to promote now because that was their active. So mid-turn promotion to active will be Cleffa, dangling it for a Hide in Shadows knockout. Now, trying to figure out... I know the Gengar on bench has 40 damage on it, or 20 or 40? I don't know, I can't read. Not sure what the damage counter on the active Gengar is, though, if there's a potential for Ho-Oh to come in and knock it out. Hide in Shadows was a Tails, so now we get... I think we'll find out. Only 2 prizes left needed for Ho-Oh, but those are going to be hard fought for. We already saw an item finder. I thought those should be saved for Gust. Just not sure if this Ho-Oh is going to be able to take a knockout with a smaller Rainbow Burn. It's not as big of a cannon as it was at 70 earlier. So with that Psychic Attach, that's going to go to the Staryu, not the Ho-Oh, so not going to go for Rainbow Burn for 50 here. So I assume that Gengar has under 40 damage on it then? And an Oak. Pitching an Igglybuff among other things. Igglybuff kinda cool against Haunter if you have Pichu on board as well. Fighting energy in hand, really gotta figure out a way to get those last 2 prizes. Prizing 3-2 in favor of Ho-Oh. Worth noting too, 3 prizes left for Gengar. Seeing 2 babies on the board, you gotta feel good about that with double Chaos Move enabled. That's almost a prize per turn right there. Power Plant comes down. We already saw the attach return though. Retreating one Cleffa, putting up the other, and passing. Wants to keep the hand. Power Plant is down. We'll see if Sprout Tower bumps it out. Quick bin check for Gengar. Goldberry on that Ho-Oh. The Ho-Oh is just not built up enough to really do huge swings. It's not a bad strategy to try to strand Gengar in the active with the baby rule. You're just risking a prize on the other side. Gengar 2 has the ability to keep an eye on that Staryu. If it evolves, you can Gust for a single one-shot prize off of Hide in Shadows. Moving damage to the Staryu. So not targeting down the Cleffas. True, the Cleffas won't evolve, although Starback could evolve Cleffa into Clefairy and then Clefable, so looks like 10 was moved to Staryu, 10 was moved to the bench, Cleffa with energy. Staryu has 50 HP, so not small. It would be knocked out by a Gust into Hide in Shadows, though. Minds are being changed. The Chaos move damage is being moved around differently, potentially. Alright, damage counters have been updated like we were talking about before. Those Cleffas are liabilities with Chaos move out, and it looks like Hide in Shadows hit a heads, so that'll be a prize. Prize parity, 2-2, Chaos moving, and Hiding in Shadows out the active, putting Mime up front. So, here we go again. How you gonna damage Mime? Cleffa comes up. Honestly, at this point, I would use Confuse Ray with Staryu because, I don't know. What are you gonna do? Other than try to find your Gusts and take out these Gengars, you're not powered up enough. You know that Cleffa's a goner next turn with Chaos move, so you're on the prize clock now. Trader throwing a Clefable back. Are you gonna get the Clefairy to evolve? Are we gonna see Clefairy action? Nope, we're gonna go and grab a Starmie, which will get mercilessly murdered by Gengar. I think we've seen it twice already. I know it was the first prize of the match. There is a Gust in hand. Is it possible Starback is lining up a KO on one of these Gengar? Free retreating the Cleffa. Starmie comes up. A Starmie KO and a Cleffa Chaos move KO is going to be sealed deal for Gengar unless... Alright, well, going to get down to one prize. Starback is going to knock out Mew. One prize left for Ho-Oh, but it's not going to matter. Gengar's got game right here. Chaos move 10 to Cleffa for knockout, and attack for game. So, that'll be it. Tough matchup if you've never seen it. Fun interactions, closer than I thought it would be. Didn't even get to see Sprout Tower, so thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.